I'm sitting in the rose garden like the Godfather making judgment on. I'm sitting on a wet chair. Today it rained. This morning it rained. I just sat down. Sometimes it's not wet. Depends. That's what I should be wearing. I'm sitting here. I'm looking at the world and I'm saying, "Come on, it's upside down. I stop the world. I want to get off. Come on." This thing with Donald Trump and the Black Widow. He ought to really call her and have a personal conversation with her. Say, "Is this what you think?" And I'm sorry that this happened this way, and I would like to have a personal conversation with you. And keep it out of the media. This is between a guy who's running the country and a person who died in defending the country. And the bereaved, they need to really feel some sort of a compassion. And I'm sure he has that. I mean, he really ought to have a personal conversation with her. Take this out of the press and out of the media. It just goes back to those old days when Richard Nixon said, what was it? Who did he have? One of his guys, the head of the FCC, Newton Minow. They call it a vast wasteland. And it's even more vast and more wasteful now than ever because there's too many people in the game and they all want to have something to say. And they usually have something to say about someone else's mistakes. We're a country that used to be very positive. We built a nation on positive thinking. Now it's all negative. Everything is about tolls and taxes and reforms and reverse mortgages and taking things away from people, hurricanes and earthquakes, natural disasters, the fires, the floods. You can't blame it on Trump. I mean, look out your window. You're going to see a plague of locusts pretty quick here. And the other thing is about this Oxycontin, which is codeine. That's an opiate and the drug they want to get rid of because it makes you feel like heroin. It gives you some sort of a comfort. And people should not be that comfortable by chemistry. We need to be comfortable by our real feelings, not those which are induced by some drug company. And no one knows more about this than Rush Limbaugh. I mean, he ought to really share his experience on the air with it if he hasn't already. There's a guy to listen to about that. And Harvey Weinstein, come on. I mean, what are we, keeping a tote board like they do over at McDonald's for how many hamburgers are served? Now there's 40 women who have come forward, This is something that you do when you're in charge in Hollywood and you have a lot of power. You feel like King Kong. Speaking of that, that's my favorite story. King Kong was on the Empire State Building, had Fay Wray in his arms, and finally she was going to give in to his wishes. And she says, okay, I'm yours. And he says, not now, I have to catch a plane. We always leave them laughing. It's a Reynolds rap.